Glad to have you with us from Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. A pair of teams ranked in the top 7, ready to square off and do battle. The Cornhuskers will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. So North Carolina's offense will have the football first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash? Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run. And the Tar Heels are marching down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking downfield, it's Hopkins. Makes the grab. Crosses the 30, he's got away. All the way! Touchdown, UNC! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cornhuskers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And this junior tight end is a steady, productive piece of their attack. 4 touchdowns leading them to the W last time out. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Long way to go on second down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Unloads in the nick of time.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Complete in the middle. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Huskers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Motion from the wideout. Off play action on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Run in the red zone, it's Booth. Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers! Looking for the tie with the extra point. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Changing the routes with his receivers. From the gun, it's Davis. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Using his legs, it's Murphy. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to throw, it's Hopkins. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his man. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. A first down for the offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, going to throw it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that.
Time to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And I think on that lap,
wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Throws for the tight end. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. The screen, and watch out. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Fresh center downs going to the air. It's complete to the left. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. The Cornhuskers looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Tough run here. It's Booth. There's a crease. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wide receiver. He's got it. Run ends there.
And how about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
And it's really good 3rd down defense. You've given up some yards. Who cares? Down here right near the goal line, you bow your neck up. You force the 4th down. Nice job breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Quick give. It's Simon. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback goes down. The 11-yard line. And the Tar Heels will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Got it near midfield. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Nebraska! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who was going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route, who gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
Makes a move. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Straight ahead, it's Booth. Got a little space. Oh, he's got some space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. They'll throw it from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tosses it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Got his man. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Hold and finds his man on the left.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. First down, 10 yards to go. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking for the edge. And the ball is free on the pitch. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this, baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Pulls it, trying to get the corner. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels!
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Finds a crease, it's Booth. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Keeping his eyes downfield. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here comes the heat. Got rid of it just in time.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Not a lot of room to field this one. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. First play of this drive. Look out! They got him. Great pressure by this defense. The Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on first. Got it in the middle, it's Murphy. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Western Kentucky taking on the number 15 team, the Indiana Hoosiers.
And the Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
Guys, I caught up with Coach Rule at the half. He's looking for his team to really make some noise here in the third quarter. They know they're in playoff contention. They know that this is a big-time game to separate themselves, but they have got to have more intensity here to start the third quarter.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Touchdown, Huskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Simon. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? He'll try to get to the marker himself. That defense was a wall, and I think they're going to stop him a little bit short of this first down. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Shakes off the defender. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Tar Heels in the hurry-up.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
And the Tar Heels are flying down the field. Drops back on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick them up, but they didn't block the most.
Looking for the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a...
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Turning it on. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Nebraska. Took it all the way back to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Every defense in the country.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. And they can't connect, and the gamble... Workout.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second... Three possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Second and long here. Trying to move them on the counter. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Takes off. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the stomping has commenced.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
North Carolina, 21.
He'll bring it out. It's Bear. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's knocked down.
Scramble.
Short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Long way to go on second down. Now he's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and another empty drive.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are threatening to pull away in this game. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. The snap sets up to throw. Turns it loose. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the defense is going to get 2 for the safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Making his first move. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. Looking to throw for it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. The Huskers decide to punt it away.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
Looking for room. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. The Tar Heels want to crank the tempo. They're going to ride this running back. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Hits inside. It's Simon. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. Grab behind the line. It's Davis. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll pull it down. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Keeps it on the option. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Quick completion on the out. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. All over him immediately.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback, get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Snags it, and there's running room. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Got the quick completion. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Cornhuskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The run inside. It's Booth. Gets it out past the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a first down as this offense tries to put together a long drive.
Here we go. Ready. Red 54. Red 54. Ready to go.
Might as well give it to him again. Runs through the tackle. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. Hits the hole. It's Booth. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. With the clock running, this should be the final play. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so